Oh my God. Today is my special podcast. This is Light Up Vishwa, everyone. You are watching or listening to Light Up Vishwa podcast. It's a weekly podcast on conscious living and parenting. I am so grateful for my guest today, and I guess the science that he teaches us has really been in works with me to some extent, and that is I thought one day, long time ago, more than decades ago, would I be able to ever talk to this person? And then I started my podcast, and then it's been 2.5 years, and I thought, last year I said, let me try. I know he won't be having any time for me. He's a busy guy. He's a big shot. He's a high profile person. I don't think, but let me try. Because he says, belief in your biology. Well, I did it, and he's here, Dr. Bruce Lipton. Thank you for being here, Doctor. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
I am so happy to be here with you because, first of all, your enthusiasm is very exciting.
Thank you.
And second of all, your audience to me is a very important audience because we're in a world of change, and we have to understand that maybe some of the things in the past that we thought were very useful may not be so useful for the future. And the world is struggling, and it's not an accident that we're actually going through an evolution. Mm-hmm. That human civilization has created what is called the sixth mass extinction of life. Now, what does that mean? It means, well, if it's a six, there must have been 5 previous mass extinctions. I go, what is a mass extinction? By definition, when some event happens and over 70 to 90% of life disappears, that's called an extinction. The last one was 66 million years ago when there were dinosaurs. We had lush tropical forests and dinosaurs, and then a comet hit near Mexico. And it was such a big comet that it upturned the web of life. It just turned it upside down. And all the dinosaurs disappeared, and up to 90% of life disappeared, and then it starts all over again. Mm-hmm. So today we're in the sixth mass extinction. The 5 previous ones were not due to human behavior. They were due to volcano activity, to asteroids hitting the planet. But we're in the sixth mass extinction right now. But it's caused by human behavior. Humans are destroying their own environment that they live in and not recognizing we are part of the environment. If the environment gets destroyed, so do we. And so we are facing what is called an extinction. Just to give the numbers so that people understand. Yeah. In 1970, the World Wildlife Foundation took a survey. How many animals are on planet Earth? In 1970. Mm-hmm. They just did it again 2 years ago, another survey. Oh, wow. And this time, 2/3 of the animals have disappeared. 2/3 of all the animals on this planet since 1970 have disappeared. In fish, in the ocean, since 1950, 90% of the fish have disappeared from the ocean.
And we are still eating. We are not stopping.
I know it. And science says if we don't change by 2048, which is not very far, there will be no fish in the ocean. 2048. Yep. Okay. Insects. In Germany, they were surveying insects for 27 years. Mm-hmm. And the last survey, compared to the first survey, 75% of the insects have disappeared. And you go, what's going on? I say, life is disappearing on the planet because humans are destroying the environment.
But can I interrupt there and
ask you? You're supposed to.
So that is extinct or disappearing. What about the creation that is creating also? We don't know yet so many other insects or animals might be being created at the same time, or is there not the evidence of it?
There's no data of brand new ones coming right now. Only data of the ones that they have been surveying for years. That's the ones they've been looking at. Okay. And yet evolution says that new things come, you know, but unfortunately, for example, if when the fish are gone from the ocean, the bacteria that will live in the ocean will not be what we say when they talk about pH, acid,
Yes,
base.
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Right now, the water is basic
yes.
and it supports bacteria that live in the basic environment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But because of our pollution and
Oops.
so why is that important? Because the bacteria that are acid,
Mm-hmm.
they are toxic to humans. So if the balance in
Mm.
the ocean goes more acid,
Then,
it'll be toxic for
yep,
humans
yep,
to be here on the
yep,
planet. So it's
yep,
like,
yep.
and
That's
so
true.
it's a wake up call. It's a wake up call. Says we have time right now to do something, but
Something
we
about it.
have to work fast. Yeah.
That's true. So so let's begin one by one. So I can because I have a lot to ask you related to your
Yes.
work because of biology of belief is a very huge, big research concept. I saw all of your talks, most of them, and especially I will refer to the one which is published in 2019 in April. I think you were in Germany somewhere or something. So I'll come back to that. But before that, your book that you talk about, I want to ask how many people, the scientists, because every layperson is me. I'm listening, I'm saying, oh,
Yeah.
this appeals to me.
Yeah.
Let me talk to Dr. Bruce and say, okay, how many people are really convinced by that? Because always they are keeping the spirituality and the science separate and the human being separate. And we have even broken ourselves into pieces like, oh, kidneys are separate, livers is separate, heart is
Right.
separate, and everything is
Right.
holistic, everything is connected.
It
So
has to
please
be.
talk about that a little.
Yeah, that's a what we call an illusion of belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and I could see each other, we could see the room and everything. I say, oh, that's physical.
Yes,
And let me mention the first quantum physics
yes,
in 1925 came in and changed Newtonian physics. So let me just, what is the difference?
yeah.
Newtonian physics said the universe is made out of two things, energy and matter. Energy is invisible, it's a force. Matter is physical, is what you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And so in our science, then we emphasize matter. Like the body is made out of matter. If you want to fix the body, you have to fix the matter. You want to take drugs and chemicals and
Mm-hmm.
physical things.
Yes.
And so the Newtonian world was separate two energy, invisible, matter, visible.
Right.
In 1925, quantum physics, new physics, says there is no such thing as matter, which is like, but
Mm.
I can see you, I can
Mm.
touch you, I can
Mm.
physical. It's like
Mm-hmm.
but they said no, everything is made out of energy,
Hmm.
and that energy is invisible.
Hmm.
So you say, well, if it's invisible, how can I see you?
Hmm.
And the answer is light. When you turn on a light, there are particles called photons,
Yes.
little light particles,
Mm-hmm.
and when the photons hit a surface of energy, they are bounced back. So it's like a reflection. So I say, are you seeing me? I say, no, you're seeing the photons from light. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you can't see me in the dark
Mm-hmm.
because the no photons. It's the photons that shine on the energy, and we see the energy because of the reflection of the photons, the
Mm-hmm.
reflection of light.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's light, you can see matter,
Mm-hmm.
what is called matter.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's no light, it's still there, but you can't see it.
Yeah, but
Uh,
but it's there. So
but
people
you can
don't get
touch it.
scared, right? We are there. But
Yeah,
yeah, we can touch it.
but you can
Yeah,
touch it. So you
yeah.
say, "Oh well, I can feel you. I can
Mm-hmm.
feel you." And I go,
Right, right.
"A tornado is an energy force, like a spinning
Mm-hmm.
force."
Mm-hmm.
And I say, if you try to drive your car through a tornado,
Mm-hmm.
the force of that, the wind, the invisible wind, the force
Mm-hmm.
is so strong it will lift up your car and throw it away.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if I come toward a tornado and it's spinning, I could feel it because the force is pushed back on me. Okay? So when I feel something, am I feeling something physical? I say, no, you're feeling an energy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you push on the energy, like you push on a tornado, the tornado pushes back on you.
That's true.
So it feels like there's something there, but I say, no, it's just like an energy that you're touching.
Mm-hmm.
So why is this important? Because everything is made out of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You're made out of energy. I'm made out of energy. A tree is made out of energy. A book is made out of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, so why is it relevant? You cannot separate energy.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're sitting right now, television shows playing, cell phone playing,
Mm-hmm.
radios playing. I
Mm-hmm.
say, I can't see it. I go, it's all in here. I say, can you separate? Can I say, push the television side over here, make the
Yes.
radio side over here? I say,
Mm.
no, energy is like this. You can't
Mm.
separate it.
Mm.
So I say, why is it relevant? Well, we're energy. You're energy.
Mm.
Everything is energy. So can you be separate from me? I say, no,
Mm.
because there's no edges on energy. Energy is just
Mm.
a flow. So if there's no edge, there's no separation. Your energy, my energy, the child's energy, the parent's energy are all interconnected.
Mm.
Everything is one
Mm-hmm.
because you cannot separate the energy.
Right.
And I say, but in our belief system, we made a world where everything is
It's
separate.
separate. Yep.
You're separate from me, and you're separate, and you have a different belief, and your world is different than mine. I go, no, that's illusion. That's not real.
Mm.
Everything is connected. We're all energy.
So it means like when I had a question for you that when people come together, let's say, and you haven't met, like we hadn't met, but somehow something connected us, something made you say, okay, I can give her some time, something, because
Yeah,
and now we are sitting and we have this exchange of unsaid energy, which is like one is that we are talking, right? We are
yeah,
expressing and we can make all the faces we want to, but there is some energy that is connected, the auras that I have learned about, or the field that we come in each other's field. So
yes.
that do I have that field with you at this time?
Yes, because there's no way you and I can be disconnected.
Hmm.
And you think, because we are led to believe, I am inside here, I
Yes.
am separate from you.
Right.
And so let me give you
Physically, I
a
guess.
science experiment.
Yes, please.
Okay. I take cells out of my body, put it
Hmm.
in a petri dish.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I take the petri dish and I move it 100 miles away.
Okay.
So I am here, but my cells in the petri dish 100 miles away.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what they did is they took like what they call a split screen. Half the television screen was the picture of me, and I'm talking and all
Right.
that.
Right.
And the other half of the screen is the electrical activity of the cells
Showing.
100 miles away.
Mm.
When I have an emotional response here, at the exact same time, 100 miles away, my cells get excited. And the electrical activity changes. When I get excited, the cells get excited. And I say, but they're 100 miles away.
Mm.
I go, we are not the cells, we're a broadcast, and we are an energy. And my energy isn't local here. Like if I want to watch a TV show, I could watch a TV over your house down there, or I can go 50 miles away, watch the same show. I said, where's the TV show? I said, it's an energy broadcast.
Right. Right.
We are energy. We are energy.
Right.
No two people have the same energy.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes energies come together and they get more powerful. But sometimes energies come together and they cancel each other out. And so in physics, it's called interference.
Mhm.
My energy is now interfering with your energy.
Mhm.
But because we're in harmony,
Yes,
then
that's what
our
his
energy is
point.
more powerful.
Right.
But
Right.
if we are enemies,
Yes,
then
then
our
it is.
energy will cancel each other
Yeah.
out.
So
Okay?
that enemy
So
part is in the mind, or is it naturally? I mean, I'm not supposed to know, or am I supposed to know? Because
where's the energy coming from? Was that the question?
no, what I'm saying is like the energies that we have, like when people are negative, how do we know that it's in our belief, or is it the energy from somewhere is telling us that we are different?
Okay.
That's
This
a
is the most this is the most important part. You ready?
okay,
Most
okay.
important. Remember I said the new physics was quantum physics,
Yes,
1927.
yes.
The old physics has energy and matter separate.
Okay,
New physics, everything is energy, okay?
okay, okay.
Okay. When they test a science, they do tests to say, is this a principle right? Is this
Mm-hmm.
principle wrong?
Mm.
Well, let me give you a fact. The most truthful, the most valid science on the planet, the one that's been tested the most
Mm-hmm.
and found to be the most accurate of all sciences, is quantum physics.
Mm.
So if you want to argue about medicine, you can argue about that. You want
Yeah.
to argue about chemistry, you can argue about that. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to physics,
Right.
it's a standard understanding. And I say,
Mm.
so why is it relevant? Are you ready?
Mm.
The principle number one in physics, quantum physics,
Quantum physics.
the number one principle of quantum physics, number one,
Mm-hmm.
is that consciousness, thinking,
Mm-hmm.
is creating our life experiences.
Exactly.
The energy of thinking
Mm.
is creating the energy of what we experience. So your thoughts are very powerful because they shape the other energy. And people say, is that true? And I go,
Mm.
for nearly 75 years, science has recognized something called placebo effect.
Yes.
Placebo.
Yep.
And I say, what's that? I say, I have a disease. The
Mm-hmm.
doctor says, here's a brand new pill. This is the newest pill. It's
Mm.
going to fix your disease. It's the greatest chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
I take the pill.
Mm.
I get better.
Mm.
And then they tell me the pill was a sugar pill. It was only sugar. So I said, then the pill didn't heal me. What healed me?
Mm.
My belief
Mm.
in the pill
Yep.
healed me.
Mm.
So you can heal yourself not with the chemistry, you can heal yourself with a belief. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that is that's the result of a positive belief.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But people don't understand this. Negative belief also works, but while positive belief takes you to a good place,
Mm-hmm.
negative thinking can destroy you.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
It's equally powerful. So we only talk about positive thinking. I go,
Mm-hmm.
no, negative thinking is equally powerful, but it
Yes.
takes you in the other
Other
direction.
that. Yeah.
Positive thinking can heal you. Negative thinking can cause any disease in the world,
Yep.
cancer, heart
That.
attack. You could just die of fear.
See,
I'm so scared.
that's so important to talk and understand. I think it's the understanding and to really realize, and through scientific experimentation, and as you said about the cells in the petri dish and all, it has been like I have been on this side. I am on more on my own healing, and if I mean I do give credit to the medical industry about their surgery and their quick fixes, and if they can
Yeah.
save somebody from bleeding or dying or anything like that at that moment. But when we go for simple things and we give up on ourselves and we are just like, doctor, help me, I have a cold. Like, come on, first. So we're not taking the responsibility. Isn't that what it is? That we are not taking the responsibility of our thinking, of our actions. Please.
This is
Yeah.
what the point of quantum physics is.
Yeah.
It says your life, what you're creating,
Right.
positive,
Negative.
negative, good, bad, what you are creating is coming from your creation mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, if my mind is creating, then I'm responsible if I'm doing something that's not helping me.
Mm-hmm.
It's my mind I've got to change. I don't change the world. I have to change me. I'm creating this. So then I say, so my belief is creating my life experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now comes the most important part in the world. The brain is like a computer. It's the best computer in the world that we know, okay? So let me give analogy to computer and to brain.
Okay.
You go to the store to buy a computer and you take it home, and when you push start, they say it boots up. The computer booted up. I say it starts.
Yep.
Now I say you got a brand new computer, and I say, okay, make a drawing, do a spreadsheet, write an essay. You say, I can't write. I can't do anything with a computer. Why? Before you can do something with a computer, you have to put a program inside that you can use. So you buy a Word program or an internet program, and you put that in. And once you have the program, then you can type on the keyboard and make your whatever you want. The brain is a computer. And before you're born, the last trimester, the last 3 months before you're born, the operating system is working. The baby's brain lights up. It's working. But the baby can't do anything. Why? There's no program. So I say, well, where do you get the program from? And this is the most important part for all of us. The first 7 years of life, the brain is designed to download behavior programs. I said, what do you mean? It doesn't get the program from itself. The child gets the program by watching the mother, watching the father, watching the community, see how they do it.
Mm.
And that program goes in so that by age 7, I know how to live in a family.
Mm.
I know how to live in a community. I know the rules. Where did I get the rules from? I copied my mother, my father, and all that. So I say, so that your behavior, the programs you got, didn't come from you. They came from watching other people. I say, so what about that? I said, if they have a good program, then you got downloaded with a good program. But if they have a bad program, then you got downloaded with a bad program. I'm going to give a very important example. We have said cancer is due to genes. It's like, no, there's not one gene that causes cancer. There's not one gene. You got that gene, you got cancer. I say, no. I say, genes don't control life. I say, but wait, women are afraid they have what are called the breast cancer gene, BRCA gene. They go to the doctor and the doctor says, you got the breast cancer gene, BRCA. And woman gets very afraid, okay? And I say, does the gene cause cancer? Because that's what the fear is. And I go, 50% of the women that have the breast cancer gene never get breast cancer. So the most important point is this. Having the gene didn't cause the cancer because so many women have the gene but never get a cancer. So I can't say the gene causes it. The cancer comes from not living in harmony and having the gene. If I don't have, if I'm not living in harmony, but I don't have the gene, I may not get the cancer. I get something else, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or something. Okay. So what's the point? We believe because we've been programmed into our computer that genes turn on and off, and genes control us. And then I say, but what does that story lead to? If I tell you that story and you hear that story, then I say, well, did you pick the genes that you came with? You go, I don't know. I don't think so. And I say, you don't like the character? Can you change the genes? I say, no, you can't change the gene. Then I tell you, the gene turns on and off by itself. And all of a sudden you go, oh, I'm a victim of my heredity.
Yes.
Whatever genes I got are going to control
again,
my
not
life.
taking the responsibility.
Right. So now I'm going to
someone.
give a story about cancer that is most critical story so you understand.
Sure.
When a child is adopted into a family where there's cancer running in the family, the adopted child will get the same family cancer, but the adopted child has completely different genes.
Yeah.
And the point is, where does cancer come from? It doesn't come from a gene. It comes from not being in harmony with life. And that's the most important thing. Well, harmony in life is my program.
Right.
Yes. That's why cancer runs in a family, because every child for the first 7 years download the program from the parents. Well, if the grandparents had cancer because behavior, the parents learned that behavior, they get the cancer. You're a child in that family, you learned that behavior, then you got the cancer. So when cancer is running in a family, it's not because of genes, it's because of programming. Okay? So I say, oh, then we are like programmable robots. I say, and I say, where do you get your program? I told you, you get it from observing other people. But that's in what is called the subconscious mind. And I said, but when you say the mind, like there's one mind, I said, no, there's two minds. Conscious mind, which is the latest evolution, and subconscious mind, which was here for long before. I say, what's the difference? And this is so important for the audience to know.
Yes.
The subconscious mind is like the hard drive in the computer. I said, I download the program. Where's the program? In the hard drive, okay? And I say, if you push the button on the computer, it can do anything automatic. If I got a program, I don't have to. I just push button, start, and it will do the program by itself, subconscious.
Right.
But I can also use the keyboard, and I can put in my information. That's conscious mind. Conscious mind is creative. Subconscious mind is just program. I said, where do I get the program from? From other people. I said, but my conscious mind is creative. So I ask you, I say, what do you want from your life? What do you want? Well, that's a desire, a wish. I say, oh, I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to have a good romance. I want a good job. I said, that's creative. That's what conscious mind is, creative, imagination. Subconscious mind, program. Whatever the program is, you push the button, you play the program. You got it when you were 5 years old, you push it. You're 100 years old, you push the button, you play the same program. It's the same program, okay? Some programs are good. Some programs are not so good.
Right.
So I give example. When did you learn how to walk? When do you think you learned how to walk?
About a year. About a year.
About between a year and 2 years, right?
Yeah, most probably, yeah.
When you were?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still walking?
Yes. Thank God.
Guess what? What you learned when you were 1 year old
Yes,
as a
approximately.
program
Yes.
is still there.
Yes.
And it's very fortunate because if you don't have a program and you wake up in the morning and you don't know how to walk, you spend the whole day learning how to walk, and then you go to sleep and you wake up in the morning, you have to spend the whole day to learn how to walk. I go, no, once you learn, it's a program, don't have to learn it anymore.
Right.
Okay? But now I say, well, I'm downloading programs from my family and my community, and I say, are they all good programs? And I go, no.
Especially
Some
nowadays.
of them are pretty bad programs.
Yes.
Because you learn from your parents. You learn from your parents. If they have a bad behavior, you were a kid. You weren't thinking. You were recording, just like a video camera. I'm watching my mother. I'm watching my father.
Right.
I'm watching how they do things. And so I say, so where do problems come from? I say, not from the conscious mind. That's the one that has wishes. That's the one that has desires. I want to be in love. I want to be happy. I say, that's up here. And I say, here's the problem. 95% of our life is not coming from wishes and desires. It's coming from subconscious program that I got from my family.
The learned one,
So,
the downloaded one. Okay.
downloaded programs. And it's passed from generation to generation to generation. And I said, it's the programming you get as a child that shapes your whole life. And I say, this is not even a new idea.
No.
Because Catholics, there's a group of Catholics called Jesuits.
Yes.
And I say, for 400 years, the Jesuits told the followers, give me a child till age 7, and I will show you the man. What did they know? They knew that the program goes in before age 7, and then 95% of your life has come from the same program. So you become the program, okay?
Yep.
I was giving a lecture in Israel, and it was a very important lecture because we brought people in from the West Bank. We brought the Muslims in from the West Bank, and we had the Jews and the Muslims. We had 1,500 people in the audience, and I started to give them the story of this. And I say, here's what the problem is. After I explain that the program goes in and then you become the program, I push on my PowerPoint, I push the button and 2 pictures come up on the screen. One picture is Israeli children playing with machine guns. The other picture, Palestinian children dressed in a military uniform with a wooden gun marching. I said, what program are you giving these kids?
Exactly.
You know, I said, you're giving them this fear, anger. The Jewish kids don't know the Arab kids, but they're programmed Arab bad.
Yeah.
Arab kids, they don't know the Jewish kid, but they're programmed
Mm-hmm.
Jewish kids bad.
Yeah.
And I say, this program is passed from generation to generation.
Yeah.
A problem that started with the Jews and the Muslims several hundred years ago. The problem is passed from generation to generation. I said, look at these pictures. What are you programming these children to fight each other? I said, that's the program. What do you expect then? 95% of their life is going to be fighting each other. And then I said, the solution. And I push the button and the 2 new pictures come up. One of them is an Arab girl and a Jewish girl walking with their arms around each other. The other picture was an Arab boy and a Jewish boy playing together and having a good time. I said, if that's the program you would give them, that's the life they would have.
I believe that. Yep.
And the same thing is between Hindu and Muslim, Christian and whatever. I said, they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Where did they get the program from?
So how to break out of it then?
What's that?
How to break out of it? How to change our environment then? Who will do this work?
This is a very important fact. The most important question is if I am creating a bad life because of the program I got, that I'm angry and I fight a lot and I'm not healthy.
Yes.
And I
Can you change? Can you change?
Thank goodness you can change. Otherwise, this would be a very bad program. Of course you can change, but you have to understand there's two different minds. Conscious mind is connected to our spirituality. We're an energy. Spirit is energy. So the new physics, they don't say the word spirit. They get in physics they say field, an energy field. But the definition of field is the same definition of spirit.
Yes.
Invisible forces that shape our life.
Yeah.
So the new physics says we are an energy spirit. The body is like a robot. The energy spirit is picked up by our cells in our brain like they're like antennas. That's no two people are the same.
Yep.
That's why if I want to take cells, let's say a kidney from my body and put it into your body, your immune system will go, not self, this is not us, and the immune system will destroy it. So the first thing is this. If your immune system can tell the difference between your cells and my cells, then there must be a difference that they're reading. I go, yes. It's the antennas on the surface of the cell, like miniature television antennas. No two people have the same set of antennas. I said, what are they doing? They're receiving a signal from the environment. Yeah, but my signal received by my cells is not the same signal received by your cells. See, so that's how your immune system knows, oh, these are the signals from self. But when Bruce's cells go in your body, that's not us. That's a different. And the immune system.
So how is the transplant done? I mean, coming to science, like sometimes it rejects the organ, and sometimes the blood transfusions and all. I mean, it is a tricky thing. But
well, that's a very important question, because when I talk about the cells having antennas of self, and no two people have them, these antennas are not on the red blood cells.
Oh.
So blood cells, there's only A, B, and O.
Yes.
And if I match A or B or O, I can take blood from anybody and put anybody else, because it doesn't have personal identity. Personal identity is on the other cells. That's why we can exchange blood. Okay?
Which also is ironic that it means, that blood, and we all have blood. All human beings have blood, and it's the same. So that also kind of confirms that we are not different. Otherwise, we all would be dead. We couldn't give each other blood. And that means that we need each other, and we are one, because the blood, as you said, scientifically, it doesn't have those antennas.
The point is this. I said that there's a physical body and there's a program, but there's an identity that comes in that's picked up by antennas called, they got a name, self-receptor. What's a receptor? Eye is a receptor. It receives light. Ear is a receptor that receives sound. On the cells, there are self-receptors that receive self. You're a broadcast, like when you have a radio, and you have, let's say, the station, the whole band, they call the band.
Yes.
And as I turn it, there's a station, then I move it, there's another station, there's another station. Humans are the band, all humans, same band. But your station is different than my station, different. So each of us has a unique station.
That's true.
Which means each of us has a unique identity.
Yes.
The identity is in the broadcast, not the body. The body, okay, analogy, very simple. My body is like television set. The broadcast is Bruce. So now you see the Bruce show on the television.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I say, but when you're watching a TV and the TV breaks, what do we say? TV is dead. It's not working. Ready for most important question?
Yes, please.
Did the broadcast die when the TV died? Yes or no?
No.
The broadcast. No?
I think that's... Well, it died with the TV, but
the
I think
TV died.
But the broadcast must be still coming.
Exactly.
Right?
So you ready?
Okay.
So my television is a male television, white male television set. Okay? Is the television the same as the broadcast? I say no. Why? Because I could get another TV.
Yes,
I get another TV. I plug it in. I turn it on.
And gets
it's in
the
a different TV. You ready? The broadcast is the same.
Right.
That's who we are.
Right.
But the TVs are
It's
different.
different. Yes.
In this life, I'm a male. Next life, maybe I'd be a female.
Yep.
This life, I'm white. But next life, maybe I'd be black, brown, yellow, red.
So,
I say, the show is not from inside the TV. The show is coming to the TV. I say, so my identity is the broadcast. Your identity is your broadcast.